Everyone, welcome to this complete tutorial on operating the Buma State Education Management System. I'm Valentine, and today I'm going to show you exactly how we use this system, whether you're a state administrator or a ward administrator. This education management system is built on Laravel, and the world's most popular PHP framework, and it's not by accident. Laravel provides enterprise level features that make this system far superior to the alternative built with other technologies. A benefit for this system is faster development, more features delivered, easier to maintain, quick bug fixes, and readable code. New developer can contribute easily, and to the eloquent ORM database magic. So what Laravel does automatically is one, it prevents SQL injection attacks and handle complex database relationships. Then optimize queries for performance and work with my SQL, PostgreSQL, SQLite, and SQL Server. So the real impact is that the security, no SQL injection vulnerability in this project. Speed, the optimized queries, faster page loads, faster page loads. So that is one of the advantage of this particular project. Project built on Laravel always have a faster page load than compared to other types of framework. So we have a secure industrial standard password hashing encrypt, and the role-based access student admin, ward admin, the LG admin permission, the session management, automatic timeout, and the CSF RF cross-site forgery protection. Remember, secure persistent login. So why this matter? It processes sensitive student data and prevent unauthorized access, complies data protection regulation, no security vulnerability from custom out code. So, like I've said, the benefit is trackable changes. Every database changes is recorded. Go back up, undo changes if something breaks, and team collaboration. That's one thing about Laravel framework. Team collaboration. Multiple developers can work together. Then development safety, database update happen automatically. And one thing about that, one command updated the database across all environments. And it also makes use of blade templating engine, beautiful fast views, and Laravel blades. So it is easy to read, write, automatic escaping, prevent SSS attacks, template inheritance, reuse layouts across pages, and secure against injection attacks, faster page rendering, and easy to customize for different schools. So so it's very powerful. It prevents valid data from entering the system, and automatic error messages in multiple languages, client side and server side validation, reduce data error by 95%. And in terms of quick system, it also handle heavy task. So for instance, you can say, okay, generate 1,000 result PDFs in background for each student, generate result PDF for dispatch student. One of the benefits is that users don't wait for slow operations. Failed jobs automatically retry, and scalability handle thousands of concurrent users. So it is asynchronous. So important task run first. So the advantage of it also is that if you want to send a SMS notification for about 10,000 or maybe notifications, SMS notification, background process, bulk student upload, process while user continues working. So like I said, one thing about Laravel is that it's also asynchronous. So as you are maybe operating on a particular task, it does not stop you from other concurrent user to also operate a similar task. So it's very efficient in that aspect. But the bottom line is that Laravel isn't just a framework; it is a complete ecosystem that makes building robust, secure, and scalable education management system not just possible but enjoyable. This system leverages Laravel power to deliver features that will take years to build from scratch, all while maintaining enterprise level quality and security. So it can manage as thousands of students effortlessly. Students effort, yes, number of students, it can take about 100,000, 200,000 seamlessly. So it handles complex workflow automatically and scale to accommodate growth. So let's get started. This is the, I think this is the admin dashboard. This happens to be the state admin dashboard. So if you look at this, that's why you can see everything happening across Buma state. We have total students in this state, 14, total school in the state, 65, total words so far in that state, 125, total LGA 30, and we are pending submission so far. So now the first thing you must do, like I've told you, I said this structure is characterized in three CADA levels: the LGA, the state, the state, the LGA, and then subdivided into different wards. Each ward has a number of schools assigned to them. So now the first thing we must do now, and I cannot stress this enough, is to set up your academic calendar. Nothing else works without this. So we come here to set up our academic calendar. So when you set up your academic calendar management, configure times, period, academic year settings. So this is where we set up the session, then the academic session. So here we have this is currently, I've set this to be, you can create a new calendar if you want to start here, but I've already created one. I've set it to be September 27. So the first time will run from September 27 to December 20. Second time we start from January 8 to and end April 12. Third time we start from April 29 and end July 26. So this is my calendar. Yours, you can come here and create a new calendar and define your own terms. So how to use the calendar, I also give a tips. Create calendar setup period for each academic session. Edit anytime, adjust time date if school calendar changes. So we have things like this. Now, I need to set which time is active. So I will select the time that is active, which is like here now. So this one is active. So we need to set which time is active. So I'll follow the first and time. Like if you come here, if you can edit here now, see the first time, you select the first time, the start month, the start day, the end month, and the end day. So we click here and then you update the calendar. So calendar updated successfully. So we have the first time is set to active. So this is crucial because what admin can only enter result for the current time. So if I set the first time, they can't enter second time result here to prevent confusion and maintain data integrity. See, what you are saying is this. So this is what you are talking about. If we come to the dashboard, and then let's say this is we have different quick action here. We have created LGA submission. We look at that in a moment. So we have the academic calendar where we configure the time periods and the date. Then we look at the resource submission control. So if you come here now, this is where we set the active. You can see here the first time is active. If I disable it, it will be disabled. So this is where we set the time active. Like I've told you, I said this is crucial because what admin can only enter result for the current time. So if I set first time, they can't enter second time result. So here will be active. This one, like this one is holiday period, is disabled. So the third time is disabled. So here is abled. And the holiday period is between the first time and the second time and the third time. But currently, this one is active. This is the first time that is active. So you can disable this one. This is enabled already. So first time is active. So, and like I said, they can enter, the word admin can enter the term result for that term. So they cannot enter subsequent time. You cannot enter third time result except for this current first time that has been set to be active. This prevents confusion, like I've said, and maintain data integrity. So this red indicator disabled. This means word admin cannot submit result now. All right. So why do you enable this? After exams are done and you are ready to collect result, let it be enabled. Okay, so you can enable this one. So you enable this one so that what admin can only see first term results. Now, so like I've said, if I disable it now, let me say I want to disable it. Look at what is happening now. So it is disabled. So the word admin cannot collate results within this range, within this time, first time. And that first time, like I've defined, I said starting from September to something like December. So the word admin cannot collate result in this time. So if you want to enable it, just click enable. Once you click enable, the word admin can now enable, start collating within the this time. So you can see now it is green. So what admin in this state now can start entering first time results. And when the deadline passes, maybe 2 weeks from now or 2 weeks from that time, if I click disable, it will close the submission window. So they will not be able to send their first time results to the state admin. Now we are looking at we look at subject organization by department. So a lot of things, a lot of features in this project. So let us look at the subject organization by admin. Admin. If you look at let's look at subject. We look at subject categories. So now this is very important for SS2 and SS3 students in Nigerian school. Nigerian school students choose a department like sciences, art, and business, right? So we are going to organize. So since they are departmentalized to sciences, humanities, and businesses. So we look at the composite subject. So I think the composite subject. I think composite subjects in Nigeria setting is civic education is compulsory, English is compulsory, further math is not compulsory, literature in English is not compulsory, compulsory subjects. So I think marketing is not compulsory. So you tick that one. Mathematics is compulsory. So we have about 3 compulsory subjects. Then for sciences, you leave these ones. This one will appear. These subjects are going to appear during collation, during enrollment for students. So leave it. The science student will see all these subjects. So humanities, okay, leave them. So these are categorized subjects. This could be the JSS classes. So once you have this in like this, you click save categories. So it will categorize the subject. So sciences will be, the humanities will be separated, and business will have their own subject. So this is the way, one way of organizing organizing the subjects. So like we have biology department is a science. So I think we have biology. So biology we go for sciences. The chemistry department science, physics sciences. So you choose which of the ones applicable. I think this is for sciences. So, but look at the English language, like so the English language. So I'm setting this to be core. That's why I say compulsory subject. So they are core subject. Why? Because every student take this regardless of your department. So I've saved it. So I've saved all the changes. And once I save this, the system will automatically block a science student from taking commerce. It enforces the curriculum rules for you. So, so let's say if you are during the enrollment or during the result collation, and one mistakenly maybe enter score for, let's say, science student, you meant call for commerce, it will block it. So that is one way of enforcing this subject. Departmentalizing the subject. And then we look at the subject limit. Let's look at the subject limit. So we'll go to the dashboard. Let's go to these quick actions. Under the quick action, we have a subject limit. So the admin is going to set this subject limit. So the subject limit, this is where the admin configure maximum number of subjects per class level. So about the subject limit, purpose is to control maximum subject student can take per term. So we limit, let's say for the JSS, you can limit them to 11, SS1, 16, SS2, SS2 to 9 subjects. You can also, this is where you can adjust. So this is where you can configure the number of subjects, the editable. You can configure JSS3, 11, 11, This one you can still change whatever I want to do. So this prevents word admin from entering results for more than subject allowed. So the system will block them automatically. So let's look at approving, quickly look at approving student registration. So if you look at this place, approving student registration, okay, student submission review. So look at it here. Now, so here now, word admin register students. The word admin here will come here, then they will come here to register student. This is word admin, this is dashboard for word admin. So they will manually enter student here, student information here. So let's skip this, skip validation LGA. So let's say we are want to manually enroll a student from this school under this area secondary school. Click proceed. You enter the student name. Let's say the student name is Ban. Please, this YouTube don't take down my video. These are fake people's data. So last name we have let's say Lanky as the last name. The male child JSS1. Then we can add to roster. So you can see you can add to roster. Then we come here. We enter, let's say Joseph Anim. Let's say Joseph Anim. Okay, Joseph Anim. Then you enter Joseph Anim. Let's say we click let's choose SS2. You can see now. Say subject selection required. SS2 and SS3 student must select their department and select 6 elective subjects. 3 composite subjects will be added automatically. So if you take sciences now, I'm going to see the 6 elective subjects popping out. So we select the chemistry, physics, biology, geography for that child, technical drawing. Then don't need to select the other 3 because they are compulsory. Like I've told you, I say English, general mathematics and citizenship and religious studies are compulsory. Then we add to roster. So we have this. Then we can now add the word admin can now submit this result for approval. So you can see your submission is now pending state admin approval. And while we are waiting for the state admin approval, the word admin officer can edit the student details. So they can edit, they can change the class. If I change this class to SS2, automatically this ID will change and start. We begin with 2. So if the idea is that the JSS classes ID start with 5, while that of SS start with 2. So if I alter anything here to SS, the ID will change. So you can alter anything here pending the state admin approval. So if changes, we can change the student class level here. You can change whatever you want to change. So, but when the submission is when the state admin approves the submission, if the state admin approve the submission, then there can't be any changes here. So you can edit here. So as long as the state admin as long as the submission is still pending, the word admin can edit the student information. So now let's assume we have sent this Joseph Anim. So we come here. Let's move. Okay, we have Joseph Anim here. So we have. Okay, let's check. Okay, let me look at the dashboard. Let me check for the admin review submission. Good. So you can see we have this submission now at from area not waiting for the approval. So we have Ban Joseph. Let's preview this submission we just sent now. So let's look at the submission. So we have Ban Lucky Joseph Annie. This is how the state admin will look at the latest submission. See the preview window. So the state admin now will now look at it here. It's okay. Okay, it's okay. Then the state admin can now approve the submission. So once I approve it, good. So student registered successfully. So the student are now properly registered successfully in that word. So if the student like here this is where the state admin can reject the submission. So we have all these things. You can see we categorize them: urgent, by LGA, by startup, pending, approved. This is where we can filter by newest, the oldest, the urgent, 3 days old. It's a very, very awesome application. So Joseph is now officially in the system. So his student ID is activated, and another student, they're not only Joseph, there's one other guy today. So their student ID is activated, and what admin can start entering their results. So if something was wrong, maybe wrong class or missing information, one could click reject and send it back with a note explain what needs to be fixed, like we saw it there. So you can explain where the reason for the rejection, so that the admin can now take correction. So you notice that how the recent admission are now organized by school. You can see the way they are organized by you can see the recent admission. So by the LGA, the ward, and the school. So we know the LGA and the school under that LGA. So we have things like that. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. 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 So let's say like we have said, we have submission here. Okay, this is not this old submission. So we have those submissions from here. Okay. So let's let's switch to the word admin. So if you look at the other one, now we have now you will notice that we have made the submission. So let's refresh here. You can see now it's locked, so we cannot edit. So after submission, you cannot do that. So for you to edit anything, you have to contact the state admin for any further editing or changes. So for now, it's locked, so we cannot edit. So now let's go to the state the word admin dashboard. You notice how different this looks. I can only see my word, the area not area, my LGA area not, and the word area. And I have a total student 30 as a word admin officer. Schools, total number of schools under my ward 2, pending submission, result 1 submission. And look at my recent submissions. So you can see now it's grouped. Area secondary school. No, like I've told you, ward officer may have 1 or 2 or 3 schools at under their ward. So we have area ward. We are just compiling for area ward. So let's see area ward. These are the submission for area ward. You can see that guy Joseph, and okay, but these 2 guys, Band Lucky, submitted just now, and they are this in, and this the other guy Joseph Annie updated, so they are approved. So like I told you, my recent submission are also grouped by schools. So they are grouped by school. So if I have another, let's say if I'm compiling for another school, I'll have it grouped here where I can click, and then the thing will just it will collapse, like because I have something. All right, okay. So you can see now. So once I click it will expand. So if I have another one, another one will be grouped, I can click and it will expand. So let's look at registering a student. So if I'm a ward and I want to register a student, manual student entry. So let me enter in this my ward. We have add to student. Okay, we have seen it. Okay, you can see these 2 schools assigned to us. These schools are assigned by the state admin. If you look at this LGA, we have a lot of things here cannot be covered in just one single day. So the LGA, this is where the LGA assigned. You can see this area not. We have 9 wards and 4 schools. We can add new LGA, then assign the LGA code. There's the LGA code, and then create the LGA. Let's go back to LGA. Then we can assign wards. So we look at the wards. We have this existing ward details, area not. If we edit this area not, you can see the LGA, the word, the code, and then something like that. So this is wonderful. So you have things like this. Then under that word we have schools. So if you look at schools here, so we have area 11 students in the school. We can view. You can see how many students we have. So we can also view students. Okay, that one is coming soon. We look at that one later. So we can edit this particular word, the LGA, the word. This is where we can assign the LGA, the word, and the schools under the LGA, give the school code and the phone number, is it a missed school, and what have you. So this is very, very, very amazing project. So like I've said, we have seen where the way they're doing the enrollment. So we force a subject limit here. I think this is a public link. This one, public link, is where we if the student want to check student result portal, for where the student check their result. So the student will access their result. We give out the list link to the ward collation officer or the ward state ward admin. So where they will send the link to the student. The student also will be given their source code. This is a link where will be given to this ward admin officer to generate a source code for student. This is it. So generate for, let's look at it. We come to the ward here, ward admin. Ward admin will be the only person to generate this for us. Let's copy and paste. That is for the, okay, this is for the student result. This is where the student check their result. So this is I think let's look at the link for generating the, okay, these are LGA, these are other, we have, okay, this is source code. So we copy this link. We want to generate source code. So we click this source code. Then the student will now, this is the link for the, so this is where we generate source code. So each ward officer will be given this link where they will generate source code for their, for the student under their, or the schools under their ward. So they can print this in out, print preview, print it document, and can now give out this code for the student. So when the student want to access their result, they will access the result with the ID and the source code generated to them, and then select the current year, which is this year. They select the time they want to access their result, and then click check results. Very amazing. So what else do we have? So we have okay, let us quickly look at the result generator. I mean the result collation. So but before that, we have to, the admin officer must ensure that the first time that period is active. So let's look at I think it should be under result submission control. So let's look at, okay, we have enabled submission. So we can, since we have enabled submission from the admin end, let's use a student as example. The student will just enter their details. I think from area north, the state admin, we have submissions from area north, recent submissions from this ward. Chairman we came from area. So that's the name of the ward officer. So let's look at the, let's look at the, I think we can check from, let's look at the, all right, okay, let's go back to the dashboard and see the names of the students. Let's check our recent submissions from, let's copy this guy here, Joseph Anim. So the state element, so we look at, let's copy this Banky 59, this guy. Okay, no, let's check that of SS2. Let's use that ones of the SS2 that have their subject being departmentalized. So we have SS2. Let's maybe put it out and copy it to a notepad. So I have something like this. So we have for SS2. So now let's check from the state admin the subject code. So we have different subject code. This is where you can edit, do whatever you can do with the subject code, assign it to the code and the class type. So let's say we have that of I think let me use okay. So let's say I want to collate result for a science student. Then I use this let me copy this a literature code. Code for literature. Code for literature. LIT 001. So this is what happened. So the word admin officer will come here, and then this is where the result collation happens. So the word admin officer will come here, they select the class. He said, let us read the instruction. He said, word admin officer can only register students, collect results, and perform operation for the current academic session. So it's only for this current session, 2025 to 2026. Access to previous or past or future academic session is restricted. So following the step-by-step workflow to ensure data currency. So like I've told you, the JSS1, JS2, JS3, we have maximum 11 subject set. SS1 maximum of 16 subjects. SS2, SS3 maximum of 9 subjects. So let's select the class. Let's say we are compiling for SS2. Confirm the class level. And SS2, remember this guy here with this code is a science student, 26074. I register this guy as a science student. So if I now mistakenly enter a code, let's say literature LIT, and instead of science subject, let me validate the subject and then enter the guy's ID. I think this 2600, let me see, 2345, add results. So you can see now department not set. So this student must have is a science student. So it will not allow you to block that because we do not register this student under humanity, and it's not taking, it shouldn't be taking literature in English, rather physics, math, or science subject. This is wonderful. So, but what if we say, let's go back, let's move back to the dashboard, and let's say we enter the subject correctly. This is the class level, and then we confirm the class and enter the subject code, the proper subject code. Let's say we enter physics 001. This code will be given to the word admin for them to bring the result collation. So validate subject. Let me re-enter the student details ID. Let's say score 23. The exam is let's say 43, and then add result. Okay, it says subject okay for business. So okay, this guy is for okay. So this is a different ID entirely. So let me check the one for, I think the one for that sciences. So we entered, it's still throwing error. So we look at let's check the state admin. The state admin, let's review our submissions. Okay, no. Okay, let me close this. Which one do we just enter? Okay, Ban Joseph. Okay, good. So let's check this Ban Joseph. Okay. So we have okay, that one should be this one. So let's enter for Joseph Annie. Let's see. So it is Joseph Annie. So we can't enter literature, so it's also correct. Remember, it's for sciences, so it will still throw an error. So and that one is also for commercial. So let's check again. Let's look for SS2, confirm class level. Normally, if you enter for math 001, that won't be issue. If you can look at, if you enter this math now, that won't be any issue. So if you click enter, issue for all of them because they are compulsory subjects. So let's say we have 34, add results. You can see result added because there's no issue. Issue means that both all of them have mathematics, civic education, and English to be a compulsory subject. So the reason why that one was failing was I think I selected commercial subject for that ID number. So let's look at this one. Let's look at this particular ID. I think we are collating one after the other. It's locked already, so we have to refresh. So let's look for the SS2. Let's confirm the class level. So let's enter that ID again. And this one should be, I think this one should be subject code not found. Let me see. Okay, this is not subject code. So let me go back again, back to dashboard. So result collation. So select class level, SS2, confirm class level. So we have let's enter for PH1, because that should be for sciences. I think sciences, I think this was the number that student ID generated for sciences. Let me see and confirm. Good. Can see now, this is the one Josephine. So this one was the other one was for commercial. So this one was the for science I entered for. So the student ID generated for Joseph Anim, who is a student in the school that he chose a science subject to be a subject. So we have this. So you can see the way it added it successfully. But if you add any subject code that was not part of the subject code or number among the subject list selected during enrollment, it will block it. So it will throw an error. So that means this is how the system works. So like I've told you, we enter the CA score, the exam score, the system automatically does the calculation of adding the CA and the exam score. You can see now 23% to 46, and then it assigns the grade, letter grade. So we can remove, we can keep adding, but you make sure that all the subjects, as you keep adding, one thing about it is it's also counting the number of subjects that child is offering. So if this guy is offering, let's say 9 subjects, let's say it can't go more than 9. So, and it's one after the other. This is physics. So if I enter a wrong subject code, it throw error because it was not part of the subject that was assigned or selected or during the enrollment. And there's one thing, the CA score cannot exceed more than 40. The system won't let me save it. So if you put more than 40, it will not go. So this is a very, very awesome application. A lot of features are involved. A lot of features are included. So we can submit this result. So let's copy this guy now. We are going to submit the result and then access this guy's result with the Joseph Annie. Let's submit the result. So click submit. You can see submitted to the state admin. So the result is submitted to state admin. So the student now want to check their result. Now there's a way, one thing about this state, let's close this window. So the way it works is we can also block before submission. If you want to control the time period for submission, we come here. So we, like I said, result submission control. We control it here. So we can control it. So we control this result submission control. Then okay. So there's no any issue here. So we can also control the student while we are working. The admin officer are working and collating results. Student cannot be. We can block them from accessing their results. So this is where we can do it. So we can disable this access. So that link will not be useful to them. So that's one thing. We disable the access for now. So we can re-enable it when we are done uploading results. So that's how it works. So let's look at the result now. So like I've told you, I said this guy Joseph Anim, and this is the ID 955 ending with 955. So this is where we generate the source code for this guy to access the results, the science student. So we come here and call Joseph Anim, and then this is where we generate the source code, the credentials for accessing the results. So the Joseph Anim will come here and then enter his ID. So we come here and click Ctrl C, then come here, Ctrl V, then enter the source code assigned, given to them by the ward officer. So Ctrl C, then come here, Ctrl V, then we select the term. Is it which of the term? So presently we have first, second term. Then we have the third term as presently we are in first term rather. So we select the current term, this one, and then click check result. You can see the results for this guy. So that's it. So we have the result here. Let's resubmit. So we have something like this. So this is where this guy can now access his or the result. So the Joseph can now come here, can see the Joseph result in return. So let's refresh this page. It's like I'm using the Bootstrap CDN, but I will configure and see now. So it's very awesome now. So now we have something like this. So although this is not good for production purpose, I will still make the Bootstrap available locally, so that instead of using CDN. So we have something like this. So the CSS is using CDN. That's why it was having the appearance was somehow scattered and not friendly. So now what we have something like this now. So you can see this was when I was testing with commas anyway. You can remove this one. This one is not going to appear in real production use, because I was just testing with when the subjects were not validated. But so this is physics. You can see the subject so far so scarce. Then this guy is ranked first among his class members. So this is very awesome. You can also click here, print preview for the first time. So, and the reason why when I loaded it, you can see so you have something like this. You can see this fancy thing loading JavaScript. That shows that this guy had the best student in that class. So what they call it, JavaScript confer loading are very, very wonderful. So we have things like this. This is a very awesome application, and then like I've told you, what admin give the code only to the student or their parents, so it's confidential. With this code and their student, they can check their result online. So it's a very awesome application, and so this is a very awesome stuff. You can see this child from area north, top student in the class, the scores, the SGA, very wonderful. So back to search. So this is where the student accesses the addressing. So like I've said, we have a lot of menu here. This is where we can also run promotion. So at the end of first, second, third term, the word admin can now enable the promotion, and then when it is ready, when you enable it, you run it, it will aggregate the first, second, and the first, second, third term result, and it will give you the student, the overall the admin, the overall performance. This is what will happen. Let's move to let's check from the admin. I think from the state admin. Let's check. This is where we have the summary sheet. I think should be cumulative result. So I think no, cumulative, yes, where we check the cumulative result. So let's check for 2025, 2026 for individual student. You can check for the entire state. You can check for this particular LGA. So let's look for that area. I think area not, and see let's check. Let's get their performance so far. You can see now. So Nabugo, Joseph, Annie, SS2, 2 subjects offered. See, this is where we get the breakdown, and the state can reward excellence with this through this platform. By this way, we can reward excellence, and the student, the emerging student, the best student can be given a gift or prize, and that will motivate others to read and learn. So the child can see how she ranks, not just in her class, but across the entire state, and this will motivate students to perform better. So all right, let's quickly recap what we have covered so far. So we've looked at how to set up the academic calendar, the foundation, the enable disable resource submission, organize subject by department, set subject limit by class, approve student registration, view submission group by school, and the word admin can also register students. Also look at registration for the SS2, SS3 with department and subject. So enter result with automatic validation. We also look at department validation prevention errors. We also look at the how to generate source code for students and view submission by organized by schools. So we also look at actually check results. Students can check their result online, then as well access their annual summaries. We can look at the third term result. So the system manages the complete student life cycle with built-in validation, security, and the compress a comprehensive reporting. So if you find this helpful, please like and subscribe and share with other education administrators. Drop your question in the comments and I will answer them all. Thanks you for watching and have a nice day.